Good morning, sir.
Screen is clearly visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Screen barabar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So last time we have completed the shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay. We have see the different types of beam and loading and draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay. So today we have started a new topic, and that is the temperature stresses. In first phase, we have learned the simple stress and strain. Means if any force is act on any member, suppose we consider any member like this, and if external force is act on that P, so their cross section area is A, so stress is generated within the member is given by force by their cross section area. So it's known as a simple stress. Okay. But here we have discussed about the temperature stress. Means stress is generated due to the temperature changes. Okay. If any temperature change, so what are the stresses generated within the member? Okay. So first of all, we consider any material like this member, initially at T1 degree Celsius temperature, and if temperature is increased from T1 to T2 degree Celsius, so the change in these temperatures, so their length is also changed according to this changing temperature. Okay. And whatever the behavior upon the temperature variations, and according to that strain is generated something, and this strain is known as the temperature strain. Okay. This change in length is directly proportional to the temperature T. Okay. If temperature difference is high, then our strain is also high. So we say that the change in length means this is your original length, okay, up to here, and this is the length change in length due to the temperature. So its strain is proportional to the temperature. Now if we remove this proportionality, so we get strain alpha to T, and here alpha is the coefficient of temperature. Okay. Thermal coefficient. Okay. So for different material, their alpha value is different, and according to the thermal coefficient, they have a different strain according to the different temperature. So if you want to calculate the strain in any material, so it's given by the alpha T. Now you want to find out the total change in length. Delta L. Okay. So it's given by strain into total length is equal to alpha T L. Here L is the initial original length of any element. Okay. Now suppose consider any element like this. Okay. This one end is fixed, and initially they have a T1 degree Celsius. After that, the temperature is increased up to T2 degree Celsius, and another next end is free. So it can be easily expand in these directions because other end is what is there. Okay. So no any stress is generated. Whatever they have to expand, they can easily expand in these directions. Okay. But if we provide the support at both the end, then what happen? This is our element. We have provided support here, fix, and here also we can make fix it.
Okay.
So they have a constraint with you. Both the end is fixed. Okay.
No, sir. Okay.
Now what happen? If the expansion due to the temperature is a L alpha T. Okay. Change in length L alpha T according to the temperature variation T. T is the change in temperature. Okay? But here they cannot expand at any end because both end is fixed. They constraint. Now in that case, what happen? Initially our member is like this. Okay. Here another support is there. Now due to the temperature increase, the length is increased up to here. Okay. So that is the change in length, this one, due to the temperature. Now this support is provide the external force here and will try to maintain their original position again. Okay. Suppose they have provide the external force P on that. So due to this external force P, decrease in length is this. And that is the original length is remain maintained under this constraint. Means the support cannot allow the expansion of that member. According to this P force, the stresses are generated within the members. Okay. Means whatever expansions required due to the temperature changes according to that external force is applied by the support on elements and stresses are generated and it's known as the temperature stresses. Okay. So here whatever expansion here L alpha T is due to the temperature variation and this support is provide the external reactions on that in this directions and they can decrease their length PL by A. And according to the P force, stresses is generated within this element and is known as the temperature stresses. Okay. So whatever the work done by this support, they have decreased their length according to this external force, whatever expansions required due to the temperature changes. So we have compared these two, change in length due to the temperature and change in length due to the external force or external reactions by support. Okay. Means no allow to expansions. So no allowance then PL by A, that is the change in length due to the support, and expansions is L alpha T due to the temperature variation T, and alpha is the thermal coefficient of this material. Okay. So here L is cancel out. P by A, that is the stress. So stress is given by alpha T E, and this stress is known as the temperature stress or thermal stress. Okay, so this stress magnitude is alpha TE. So thermal stress can be find out using these equations. Here alpha is the thermal coefficient, T is the temperature variation, and E is the Young modulus of that material. Okay. Now here no any allowance is that, but instead of these conditions, if you allow the delta amount, first case, now in second case, we consider the same element, it fixed like this. Okay, and another support is somewhere here. So they have a gap between this element and support is delta. Means up to delta expansions they can allow due to the thermal temperature changes. Then after the support cannot allow the another expansions. Okay, more expansions than delta. If we require the more expansions than delta, then stresses are generated within this element. Okay, so in second case, delta allowance. Now in that case, what happen? PL by A, that is the change in length by the support, is equal to L alpha T, that is the total expansions required due to the temperature change of this element. Suppose this is L alpha T. Out of this, delta is freely allowed. So for delta expansions, no any stresses is generated. Remaining portions of L alpha T means remaining portions of temperature expansions is produce the stresses in this element. So L alpha T is the total expansions minus delta. Okay. And according to this expansion, stresses is generated. Okay? So here stress P by A is the stress is given by L alpha T minus delta into E by L. Okay? This is the stress, temperature stress or thermal stress. Okay. So in that way, if no any allowance, our element is fixed between these two support or two fixed surface. So according to the total expansion, stresses is generated, and that is given by L alpha TE. Alpha is the thermal expansion coefficient of thermal expansions. E is the Young modulus, and T is the change in temperature. Okay. Here total expansions due to the temperature is L alpha T. And if delta allowance is there, means some part of expansions is freely allowed and some part of expansion is restricted, then the stresses is generated in this element is according to these equations, because the delta portion is free to expand, so that up to the delta portions they cannot any stresses in this element like this. Here, if you can allow the infinite expansions, so for any change in temperature, no stresses is generated. But if you constraint provide fix the surface at that time, they produce the stresses due to the temperature changes according to the expansions allow or restricted. Okay. So this is the fundamental concept of temperature changes in this element and stresses is generated. So you have to remember the total expansions due to the temperature variation is given by L alpha T, and stress is generated due to the temperature changes is given by alpha TE if no any allowance to expansions, and if delta allowance is there, then stress is find out by these equations. Okay. Now let's see the example based on the thermal stresses. Okay. So a railway is said to be there are no stresses in a rail at a 10 degrees Celsius. Okay. So initial condition is given. Initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, and at 10 degrees Celsius, no any stresses in this rail. Okay. Yeah. If rail are 30-meter long, so the total length is given 30-meter long. So you have to calculate the stresses in rail at a 60 degree if there are no allowance for expansions. Means initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and temperature increase up to the 60 degrees Celsius. So in that conditions, you have to find out the stresses if no any allowance for expansion. Okay. Second case, the stresses in the rail at a 60 degrees Celsius if an expansion allow of 10 mm per rail. Means in second case, 10 mm expansion is allowed. In that conditions, what are the stresses generated in the rail? Okay. And in third case, if expansion allows, if the stress in the rail is to be zero when the temperature is 60 degree, means temperature change is up to 60 degree, but if you want to produce no any stresses in that element, so what are the expansions joint allows for this rail? Okay. And in fourth case, the maximum temperatures to have a no stress in the rail if the expansion allow is 30 mm per rail. Means if we allow the 30 mm expansions, so this 30 mm expansions is work up to which limit of temperature changes there are no stresses in that element. So the four different cases is given to you. Our temperature, initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and they can increase up to the 60 degrees Celsius. So you have to find out in stresses when no any allow for expansions. If 10 expansion is allowed, then what are the stresses? If you want to require the zero stresses, then what are the maximum allowance we want to provide in this rail? And if you want to provide 13 expansions, then what are the temperature changes can allow for no stresses? So these four different condition is given to you, okay? And you have to find out the stresses in different conditions due to the temperature changes. Here thermal expansion is given to you. That is the 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 per 1 degree Celsius. That means if 1 degree change in the temperatures, then 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 unit change in the length of element. And E is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. That is Young modulus is given. Okay. So let's see how to find out the different stresses. Okay. So here one railway rail is given. Initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So we say that T1 is 10 degrees Celsius. Okay. Length is 30 meter long. Okay. Now you have to find out the stresses. So in first case, you have to find out stresses for no allowance. In second case, you also find out stresses for delta is 10 Okay. In third case, you have to find out the required the stress is 0. So you have to find out the expansion allows for that stress is generated in this element is 0. And in fourth case, if stress is you want to require 0 and delta is 13 so what are the temperature changes allows for no stress limit? Okay. For that, alpha is given, that is the thermal coefficient 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Okay. And E, Young modulus, is given 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Okay. So this is our problem. And we want to find out the temperature stresses. Now, first of all, understand the concept. This two rail like this. Okay. Their length is 30 meter. This one. And initial temperature is given 10 degrees Celsius. Okay. So if temperature increase to 60 degree, means T is 60 degree, T2. So in that conditions, you have to find out the stresses. Okay. So delta is 0, means both are connecting with each other here at the joint, and temperature is increased from 10 degree to 60 degree. So they cannot allow the expansions in any directions because both the side they have a fix with another member. Okay. So stresses is generated due to the temperature changes. That is to find out. Second case, delta is 10 means here we have provided the 10 allowance. So 10 gap is provided between these two rail. In that case, temperature is changed from 10 degree to 60 degree. So up to the 10 they can be easily expand. After that, they cannot expand, and whatever expansion is required, according to that, stresses is generated within this element. So that stress will be find out. In third case, If you want to require the stress is zero, means no any stresses in this rail. So what are the gap is provided between these two rail? So in third case, we have find out the delta for no any stresses. If temperature is increased from 10 degree to 60 degree. And in fourth case, if we provide this 13 mm gap between these two rail, so up to the what are the temperature changes, the no stress is generated within this element or in rail. If thermal expansions, coefficient of thermal expansion is this and Young modulus is this. Okay. So solutions. First of all, find out the temperature difference. Okay. So rise in temperature 60 degree. Initially the 10 degree and rise up to 60 degree. So right, effective rise in temperature is 60 minus 10. So 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. So now we are going find out all the stress value and all this calculation based on this 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now in first case, stresses is given by alpha TE. Okay. We have seen in the previous uh, concept that if no any allowance is there in that element, so stresses is given by alpha TE and is known as the temperature stress. Okay. So no any allowance is there. So temperature is given by alpha TE. So here alpha TE. Alpha is the thermal coefficient, that is 12 into 10 raised to 6 per degree Celsius, okay, into T. Temperature changes 50 degrees Celsius and E Young modulus 2 into 10 raised to 5. 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 50 into 2 into 10 raised to 5. Okay. So we get 120. And unit of this E is Newton per mm square. So we say that 120 megapascal stresses is generated within this element if no any allowance and temperature rise from 10 degree to 60 degree. Okay. Now second case, stresses is generated if delta is 10 mm allowance, means we have provided the 10 mm gap between these two rail. So stress sigma is, so we have see that if delta allowance is there, the stress is given by alpha L alpha T minus delta. That is the effective change in length into E by L. L alpha T minus delta E by L. Okay. So here length. Total length of this rail is 30 meter. So 30,000 mm. Because E in terms of Newton per mm square. Okay. Into alpha is 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 into T. Change in temperature is 50 degrees Celsius minus delta. Allowance is 10 mm and all the unit in mm. So we have directly put 10 into E, Young modulus 2 into 10 raised to 5 divided by L, that is the 13,000. Okay. If you calculate this, so you get 53.3 Newton per mm square. That means 53.3 megapascal. Okay. That means if no any allowance is there, then stress is generated 120 megapascal. If you provide the 10 mm gap, so obviously stresses is decreased because up to 10 mm they can easily expand, and then after stress is generated. So our stress is reduced from 120 to 53.3 megapascal. Now in third case, say that if you want to require the stress is zero, so what is the allowance is provided here? Okay. Means we want to require stress is 0. It means here if you require the stress is 0, so whatever the L alpha T, they can be provide the gap between these two rel, so they can easily expansions L alpha T and no any stress is generated. So if you want to find out the L alpha T terms and provide the expansions L alpha T, so no any stresses in this element. Okay, because ultimately L alpha T is become delta, at that time stress is 0. So we have provided the L alpha T expansions, at the conditions our stress is become 0. So allowance delta is L alpha T. L is 13,000. Alpha is 12 into 10 raised to minus 6. And T, change in the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Into 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 50. So 18 mm. That means if we provide the 18 mm gap here, so no any stress is generated within this element. Okay, and consider the fourth, this one, stress is 0, and if we provide the delta 13 mm, so what are the temperature changes allowed? Okay, the stress is given by using these equations, L alpha T minus delta E by L. Here we want to require stress is 0, so put stress is 0. Delta is given 13 mm, L 30,000, alpha 12 into 10 raised to minus 6. So T, change in the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, minus delta provide 13 mm. So here you have to find out the T. So T is unknown. Okay. And E 2 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 20,000. Okay. Here stress is 0. So if you calculate this term, so you get T is 36 degree Celsius. Now changes up to 36 degrees Celsius, there are no any stresses, but initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So if temperature is increased, 36 plus initially they have a 10 degree. So up to 46 degrees Celsius. Means up to 46 degrees Celsius, no any stress is generated if we provide the 13 mm gap. Okay. So in this way, you have to find out the temperature stresses in the different condition. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, E by L કેમ કર્યું બીજામાં? Into E by L. પહેલું તો ખબર પડી.
Equation acha na.
Okay.
If delta allowance is there, total expansion is L alpha T. But out of these total expansions, we have allow some part of that expansion. Suppose due to the temperature changes, they have required a 18 mm changes, but we have provided only 10 mm gap. So remaining 8 mm, they produce the stresses.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they have equations to find out the stresses in the delta allowance. And if no any delta, means in these equations, delta is 0. So you find out the stresses. Consider one more example. Okay. So here, composite bar is given. Composite bar means these two bar are connected in series. Okay. So if you want to require the expansions of one bar, so they have produced the forces on another bar. Okay. So using these relations, we have find out their stresses. Concept of that composite bar. Okay. So made up of aluminum and steel is held between two support. Means both end is fixed. So no any allowance is there. If we length increase in steel sections, so according to that length decrease in aluminum sections, and they are balanced each others under the temperature changes. Okay, so bar are stress free at a 40 degrees Celsius. Means initially the 40 degrees Celsius temperature and no any stresses in this bar in the given conditions. Okay, so what will be the stresses in this bar when temperature drop to 20 degrees Celsius? If temperature drop to 20 degrees Celsius, okay, so in that conditions, the length is decreased according to the temperature coefficient, okay, and according to this length decrease, the support will try to pull out both the end and produce the tensile stresses due to the temperature variations. Okay, the support are unyielding. Unyielding means they cannot allow any changes. Okay, means delta is zero. So in that conditions, what are the stresses generated? You have to find out. And second case, if support comes near to each others by 0.1 mm, means this both the supporters come near to each other's 0.1 mm. So up to 0.1 mm, there are no any stresses generated. If the contractions required more than 0.1 mm, then stress is generated due to the temperature drop. Okay. Young modulus is given for aluminum section is 0.7 into 10 raised to 5, and thermal coefficient is given 23.4 into 10 raised to 6 per degree Celsius, and steel section is also given. Area of aluminum section and area of steel section is given 2 centimeters square and 3 centimeters square. Okay, so this is our problem. We have to find out the stresses. No need to write down your roll number or name in chat box. Okay, your attendance is directly considered by software. Okay, so initially 2 bar is given. This one. And second bar have a higher cross section area. This both are fixed. Okay, this is the aluminum section, steel section. The area is 2 centimeters square and their area is 3 centimeters square. The length is 600 mm and their length is 300 mm. Okay. Now alpha for aluminum is given 23.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius, and alpha for steel is given 11.7 per degree Celsius. Okay. First of all, temperature drop from 40 degree to 20 degree. So delta T 40 minus 20. So we get T value is 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. Change in the temperature is 20 degree, and according to this thermal coefficient, there are change in length. In our case, that is decrease. Okay. So first case, support are not yielding, means it's remain their positions, but due to the temperature decrease, this element will contract, okay, and they will try to decrease their length. But this support cannot allow, and according to this contraction, under the 20 degrees Celsius, stresses is generated. Okay, so first condition is considered support are unyielding, means delta is 0. They cannot move near each other's any distance. Okay, 0. So first of all, if we say that if we allow the free contractions, so this aluminum sections will decrease their length L alpha T, and the steel section is also decrease their length L alpha T. So first of all, find out total length contractions required for both the materials. So for free contractions, L alpha T for steel section and L alpha T for aluminum section. Okay. So first of all, find out free contractions, means what are the change in length required for this element. So length 600 for steel section, and their alpha steel section 11.7 into 10 raised to minus 6 into temperature drop is 20 degree, plus L for aluminum section is 300 into alpha is 23.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 into temperature drop is 20. So if you calculate this, so you get 0.2808 mm. Means the contractions required is 0.28 mm. But support cannot allow any contractions. Okay. So they cannot happen. Our element is this, support is this. They have maintained the distance, but element will try to contract like this. And this total contraction is 0.28 mm. But support cannot allow this contraction. They will apply the forces on that and pull out, and they maintain their positions this way. And according to this pull force P, stresses is generated within this element. And what are the pull force is apply here? This pull force is same on both the material, because if you want to try to find out equilibrium force, so for first element this is the P force here, so P force is here, and for second element P force is here and P force is here, means force value for both the element is same. So we say that force same on aluminum and steel. Okay, so we say that P steel is equal to P aluminum, means pull force by support on both the element is same. So steel section force is given by stress in steel into area of steel is equal to stress in aluminum into area of aluminum. Okay, so here area of steel section is 2 centimeters square, area of aluminum section is 3 centimeters square. Okay, so here steel area is 2 centimeters square, so 2 sigma s is 3 sigma aluminum. It means we get sigma s is 1.5 sigma aluminum. So we get the relations of stress in steel and stress in aluminum, comparing the force in the steel and aluminum section. Okay. Now, due to these contractions, 0.28 mm temperatures, but this support is pull out both the element and try to change in length is become 0. Okay, so according to this 0.28 mm, there are produced the stresses. So contraction on element is PL by A of steel plus PL by A of aluminum. And these contractions uh, is equal to 0.28 8 mm. Okay, because this P force will try to pull out the element and increase the length up to the temperature contractions and try to keep our element as it is under the change in temperatures and produce the stresses according to the 0.28 mm contractions. Okay, now P by A, that is the stress in steel, and P by A, that is the stress in aluminum section. Okay, so here we put the value of L and E for both the element. So here P by A is the stress in steel. So we say that sigma S. L is length of that steel section, 600 mm, divided by E, Young modulus of steel section, that is also given to you. Plus uh, P by A, that is the stress in aluminum section, into length of that aluminum section is 300 mm, divided by Young modulus for aluminum section is given 0.7 to 10 raised to 5. Okay, is equal to 0.2808. Okay, this is our equation number 2. Now if you compare this equation number 1 and equation number 2, so there are two unknowns, sigma S, stress in steel, stress in aluminum, stress in steel, stress in aluminum. So if you put this value in these equations, so you get the value of stress in aluminum section and value of stress in steel section. So from equation number 1 and 2, we get stress in aluminum section is 32.76 Newton per mm square, that is tensile, and stress in steel section is 49.14 Newton per mm square, that is also tensile. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
PL by AES plus PL by AE aluminum is equal to 0.28 લખવી equation કેવી રીતે લખવી પણ રિવાઇઝ કરા.
Suppose temperature is decreased, so their length is decreased. Steel length is also decreased,
Yes, sir.
aluminum length is also decreased.
Yes, sir.
So the steel length decreases L alpha T of steel, and aluminum length is decreased L alpha T of aluminum. So if you find out the total element length decrease, so that is the summation of steel and aluminum, so we get 0.2808 mm. But there are support at both the end, so they cannot allow these contractions. They will try to pull the element and remain as it is. So they can apply the P force on that and try to pull out the element in their original positions under the effect of temperature variation. And according to this pull force, stresses is generated. So what are the pull forces? So PL by A, that is the change in length under this P force, and PL by A, that is the change in length of this aluminum. So what are the change in length required? What are the contraction due to the temperature stresses? That is the change in length required due to the pull force.
Okay, sir. Okay.
એટલે જેટલું ટેમ્પરેચર થી એની લેન્થ ડિક્રીઝ થશે એટલી જ લેન્થ એ સપોર્ટ છે એ પુલ ફોર્સ થી ઇન્ક્રીઝ કરશે. That means our element is in equilibrium, remain as it is, and stresses is generated due to the temperature variation.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now in second case is say that if support are come near to each others by 0.1 mm, so contractions is required 0.28 mm, out of this 0.2 mm, the supports are come near with each others of 0.1 mm. So out of this delta, you have to reduce this 0.1 mm because effective change in length is this minus delta. So here delta is 0.1 mm. So in the second case, if you put here 0.2808 minus 0.1 mm and find out the stresses, so you get the stresses under the yielding of 0.1 mm. So in first case, support here as it is. Now in second case, what given? The supports come near to each others by 0.1 mm. Means this support are come move to near each others, that is the delta. Okay. Now contraction due to temperature changes is 0.2808 mm. Okay. So due to the temperature changes, this element is contract 0.28 mm. Out of this 0.2 mm, support is also contract 0.1 mm because they are move near to each other's 0.1 mm. So effective contraction is 0.2808 minus 0.1. So 0.1808 mm. Okay. So now effective contractions due to the temperature is 0.1808 mm. Now support will try to pull this element and extend their length of 0.18 mm. Okay. So contractions is PL by A of steel plus PL by A of aluminum is equal to now this 0.1808 mm. Okay. And repeat this calculations again this way. This all equations is already there because force in both the element in second case is also same. Whatever here force is, so same case force in this element is also same. Okay. So this is our equation number 3. Now from equation number 1 and 3, okay, we get the stress in aluminum section is 21.09 Newton per mm square tensile, and stress in steel is 31.64 Newton per mm square tensile. Okay, समझे છે second case? Initially support in these conditions, but they have moved this way. 0.1 mm move near to each other. So out of this 0.28 mm contractions, 0.1 mm is moved by support. So this 0.1 mm contractions cannot produce any stresses. It freely allow. And remaining 0.18 mm produce the stresses. So according to 0.18 mm, you have to find out the stresses. And this stresses is produced by pull force on support. Pull force by support on this element. Okay.
સર જે સિગ્મા એલ છે એ કયા સપોર્ટ ઉપર લાગશે અને સિગ્મા એસટી બંને એક જ સપોર્ટ ઉપર લાગશે કે
સિગ્મા એલ મીન્સ
મતલબ સ્ટ્રેસ એલ છે જે એલ્યુમિનિયમ નો જે સ્ટ્રેસ છે સર
હા
એ કયા સપોર્ટ ઉપર લાગશે આ બાદના કા
સપોર્ટ ઉપર ના લાગે ટોટલ ફોર્સ તો જેટલું પી અહીંયા આવશે એટલું જ પી અહીંયા આવશે તો જ ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ માં રહેશે ને એલિમેન્ટ.
ઓકે સર ઓકે. તો આ 0.1 છે બંને બાજુનું થઈને ટોટલ છે એમ ને?
હા બંને એટલે 0.05 અહીંયાથી નજીક આવશે 0.05 આ નજીક આવશે પણ ઇફેક્ટિવ 0.1 mm બતાવેલું છે મેં ખાલી. બાકી બંને સપોર્ટ એકબીજાની નજીક આવે છે એવું ક્વેશ્ચનમાં જ આપેલું છે કે સપોર્ટ એલ્ડ 0.1 mm Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, some more problem on this temperature stresses we have discussed in the next lecture. Okay. Today we have stop here.